You know the menu, you know the beat, but do you know who built the soundtrack that made Rocket League feel like a sport and a party at the same time? Let's go back to the people, the tracks, and the deals that turned menu music into a culture. Rocket League launched in 2015. It didn't just introduce us to a new kind of competitive game. It gave us a soundtrack, a heartbeat that stuck with us long after we left the menu screen. Small indie artists recording tracks in bedrooms to festival headlining DJs. The music of Rocket League has always been more than background noise. It's been the soul of the game. This is the story of the music that made Rocket League legendary. When Rocket League first came out, Psyonix didn't have the money or the clout to sign mainstream musicians. Instead, they built something unique, something personal. The game's earliest tracks came straight from the minds of artists like Hollywood Principal, Mike Ault, and Kevin Ripple. And in doing so, they created a musical identity unlike any other game at the time. Hollywood Principal wasn't a household name. They were a small electronic trio out of San Diego. Mike Ault, Kayla Hope, and Elliot Sinkin. Their sound? Lush synths, soaring vocals, and a vibe that felt both futuristic and emotional. Songs like Firework, Breathing Underwater, and Solar Eclipses weren't just catchy, they defined what Rocket League felt like in its early years. Ask any veteran of the game and chances are Firework instantly takes them back to those first late-night games. But one of Hollywood Principal's members wasn't just making music, he was also Psyonix audio director, Mike Ault. Mike wasn't just producing tracks, he was building the soundscape of Rocket League from the ground up. Every boost, every goal explosion, every roar of the crowd, it was his vision. Beyond that, he created iconic tracks like Flying Forever and I Can Be, which still live in the memories of early players. To many fans, Mike Ault isn't just a composer, he is the sound of Rocket League. And then there was Kevin Ripple, a veteran composer known for work on Gears of War and Unreal Tournament. His contributions gave Rocket League a cinematic edge, balancing out the indie charm with something more polished. Ripple's atmospheric tracks often played in menus and DLC packs, adding weight and professionalism to the soundtrack. The early days of Rocket League didn't feature superstar artists, but that was exactly the magic. These songs weren't mainstream hits, they were our songs. Songs that made Rocket League feel like a world apart from everything else. In 2017, Rocket League took its first giant leap into global recognition. Psyonix partnered with Monstercat, a Canadian record label known for electronic music. And suddenly, Rocket League's soundtrack could transform. The menus weren't just chill anymore, they were alive, hype, competitive. They felt like esports arenas, and the artists that came with Monstercat would go on to shape some of the most iconic moments in Rocket League history. First up, Tokyo Machine. If Rocket League had a mascot DJ, this would be it. Known for his cartoonish pixel art mask and infectious energy, Tokyo Machine blended nostalgic 8-bit sounds with heavy EDM drops. His track, Rocket, wasn't just another song. It was the Rocket League hype anthem. It captured the goofy yet competitive spirit of the game perfectly. To this day, many fans consider Tokyo Machine the face of the Monstercat era. Then came Vicetone, the Dutch electronic duo known for emotional, melodic house. Their track Nevada, featuring singer Cozy Zulsdorf, became nothing short of legendary. To many players, this is the Rocket League song. It was more than background music, it was an anthem of friendship, competition, and nostalgia. And thanks to Rocket League, Nevada exploded in popularity, earning over 100 million streams and cementing itself as a cultural touchstone. Rocket League also brought in Slushy, an American producer with a bright, colorful sound. Tracks like Love You Need You captured Rocket League's fast-paced, almost cartoonish style. His music felt tailor-made for highlight reels, Twitch streams, and esport montages. And it didn't stop there. Pegboard nerds with their bass-heavy drops, Tristan and Brackham bringing emotional melodies, Drolo adding a future-based twist. Each new season brought fresh Monstercat tracks, keeping the game feeling alive and modern. The Monstercat era wasn't just about music, it was about culture. Rocket League players weren't just playing a game, they were part of a community that discovered and shared music together. And for many, Monstercat became synonymous with Rocket League itself. When Epic Games acquired Psyonix in 2019, it didn't just change Rocket League's business model, it changed the sound of Rocket League. The partnership opened doors that had never been possible before. Bigger artists, bigger events, bigger ambitions. Rocket League's soundtrack was no longer just for fans of the game. It was starting to compete with the playlists you'd hear on Spotify, at clubs, and even music festivals. The first big name to arrive was Kaskade, a Grammy-nominated DJ and one of the most influential figures in American dance music. For over 2 decades, Kaskade has headlined festivals like Coachella and Ultra, shaping the sound of modern house music. So when Rocket League brought him in, it wasn't just another licensing deal, it was a statement. Kaskade didn't just license old tracks, he wrote new music, specifically designed for Rocket League. Songs like Flip Reset and Miles to Go blended high-energy drops with melodies that matched the pace of Rocket League's gameplay. His work was also central to the game's first in-game music event, the Llama Rama crossover with Fortnite. For many, this was the moment that Rocket League stopped being just a game with music and became a stage for music itself. Shortly after, Rocket League partnered with Churches, the Scottish synth-pop band known for their cinematic, emotional sound. Churches had already built a reputation as one of the most exciting alternative bands of the 2010s, performing on late-night TV, collaborating with The Cure's Robert Smith, and playing to massive crowds worldwide. Their Rocket League track Good Girls wasn't an EDM festival anthem, it was something different, pop-driven, heartfelt, and atmospheric. This marked a key shift in Rocket League's soundtrack philosophy. No longer was it locked into electronic dance music. The game was broadening its sound palette, reaching into indie, pop, and alternative. As the Epic era unfolded, Rocket League embraced even more mainstream talent. Artists like Black Bear, known for blending emo rap and pop-punk influences, brought an entirely new demographic into the game. His track Hot Girl Bummer was already a radio hit, and seeing Rocket League align with that level of mainstream culture showed just how far the game had come since the Hollywood Principal days. But Rocket League didn't abandon its roots. Alongside pop stars, it continued to feature massive EDM acts, Griffin, Zed, and even collaborations with the legendary Tiesto. These weren't just names from the EDM community, these were global superstars, artists with billions of streams who could fill arenas on their own. And now their music was living inside Rocket League, making menus and matches feel like stages at an international festival. One of the biggest shifts in this era was the rise of in-game music events. Inspired by Fortnite's massive success with virtual concerts, Rocket League began experimenting with the same concept. Instead of just a soundtrack, music became a fully interactive experience. Players weren't just listening anymore, they were participating in music culture inside the game. From Kaskade's headline event to the themed music packs, Rocket League had officially stepped into the world of digital festivals. The Epic Games era took Rocket League's soundtrack from community-driven indie roots to mainstream global recognition. It brought in Grammy winners, festival headliners, and chart-topping bands. They expanded the genres from EDM to pop, rock, rap, and everything in between. And it proved something bigger. Rocket League's music wasn't just for gamers, it was for everyone. Whether you were grinding ranked or just vibing with the menus, Rocket League had become a place to discover music on the same level as Spotify playlists or TikTok trends. From the humble beginnings of indie electronica and menu tracks you couldn't stop humming, to Monstercat turning Rocket League into the ultimate EDM playground, to Epic Games bringing in global icons that blurred the line between gaming and mainstream music, one thing has always been true. Rocket League's soundtrack isn't just background noise, it's part of the soul of the game. For millions of players, these songs aren't just tied to goals scored or matched as won. They're memories, the first time you looked up the game, the late-night grind with friends, the tournaments, the highs, the lows. Every track became a time capsule. Rocket League has done something rare in gaming. It's turned its music into culture, a bridge between underground artists, EDM headliners, and pop superstars. It's proof that music and gaming are no longer separate worlds, they're one experience. And the best part? Rocket League's soundtrack isn't finished. With each new season, each new collaboration, the library grows. The next iconic song could drop tomorrow, and just like the ones before it, it could end up defining a moment in your life, on and off the pitch. Because Rocket League isn't just a game, it's a feeling, and its music is the heartbeat that's kept it alive for over a decade. Thank you so much for watching, I appreciate you, and I hope you like and subscribe if you liked the video.